guys, today's video is a get ready with me. It's just an easy peasy weekend springtime look. I'm going to start off with my Nivea Sensitive Aftershave, which makes for a great primer. If you haven't tried this, I can highly recommend it. It's loaded with glycerin, which means it helps to make the makeup stick to your face, and it's also really hydrating. I'm just getting my hair out of my face here because it's very annoying, and once I've let my primer dry, I then go in with another one. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Mattifying Base. I dot a tiny amount of this on the T-zone of my face and then smooth it over the skin, and then also again let that dry before you go onto your foundation. Today I'm using the LA Girl Pro BB Cream. If you can get your hand on this, it's notoriously difficult to get hold of because they're always out of stock, but if you can, it's great. Very lightweight, and also the shade range is brilliant. And I'm working that all over my face with the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. Next on to corrector, I'll be using the Benefit Erase Paste in the shade Medium, and this just helps to cancel out the dark under eye circles before you apply concealer, otherwise it can tend to look a little bit ashy. I've got a blog post about how to conceal dark under eye circles, I will link it below. Once that's done, I go in with a highlighting concealer. Today's one is the L'Oreal Lumi Magique. You can't get it here, but there are tons of versions of this in the drugstore. Clinique Airbrush Concealer is also wonderful. So I just do this in the classic triangle underneath my eyes, down the side of my nose and along my cheekbones, and then I blend it in with the Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge, which gives you a really beautiful, flawless airbrushed effect. Now I'm just popping on some lip balm. This is just to prepare my lips for my lipstick product later, and I believe this is just Aquaphor. Brows, as ever, are very important, so I'll be filling them in quickly with the Eyeshadow brow pencil. I think this is a really great affordable brow product. The pencil itself is a good consistency, it's not too waxy, the colour is perfect for blondes. It's also got a very handy spoolie on the other end, which is perfect for brushing through and keeping them looking natural. Now onto the eyes, I'm going to be using the NYX HD eyeshadow base as a primer. If you're looking for an affordable eyeshadow base, I can highly recommend this. It's really good. So I just smooth that over both of my eyelids, and again, I just let it dry. Also, be sparing with it, don't use too much because that can actually lead to creasing. While that's drying, I'm just going to set my T-zone and my under eye area. I'm going to be using the Bobbi Brown Pale Yellow Sheer Pressed Powder. The Rimmel Stay Matte Powder from the drugstore is a really good alternative to this. And the brush I'm using is the Zoeva Luxe Highlight Brush. Okay, back to the eyes. I'm going to be using the matte shades in the Full Exposure palette from Smashbox. As you can see, that taupe colour is very well loved, and I'm just blending it into the crease using the brush that comes with the palette, which is actually a really good brush. In fact, Smashbox brushes in general are really good quality. I'm going to take that same colour under the eye, just using a short shader brush. This one I think is from Sephora, but you can get them from a lot of brands. Otherwise, just use a pencil brush or even your fingers or an earbud. On the mobile lid, I'm going to use this Excess Shimmer Cream Eyeshadow from Max Factor. This is in the shade Copper, which as you can see, it is not. It's actually more of a shimmery taupe colour. It's a gorgeous formula, but I do find that you need to layer on a couple of thin layers, letting them sort of set in between. Otherwise, it does tend to get a little bit creasy. It doesn't quite have the staying power of like the Maybelline Colour Tattoos or the MAC Paint Pots, but the colour is stunning. So just dab it on lightly until you get the intensity that you want, and then just go back into the crease and make sure you haven't lost any of that definition by just adding a little more product to the brush and blending it out again. Next, I'm going to use the Champagne shade in the palette, and I'm just going to use that on my finger to highlight the brow bone. To add a little bit of extra definition to the top lash line, I'm going to work this chocolate brown kohl pencil from Topshop, again you can use any chocolate brown pencil you have, into the outer corner, and this doesn't have to be very neat, I'm just kind of messily dotting it on and then using my finger to blend it out. I don't want a harsh line, I just want the illusion of a slightly thicker lash line at that outer corner, and just kind of keep building until again you get the intensity you're looking for. After quickly curling my lashes, these are the Kevin Aucoin eyelash curlers. I'm going to go on to mascara. This is the Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara, as you can see. It's a good mascara, but I'll be honest, I do prefer my Max Factor False Lash Effect. On the lower lashes, I'm going to be using this MAC mascara, which has a super long skinny brush, and the formula is perfect for lower lashes. I don't try to coat the whole lash on my lower lash line. I find that looks a bit spidery, so I actually just wiggle the brush right into the base of the lashes to give me a little bit of extra definition. Next up, we're going to go in with bronzer. One guess which one I'm using. I'm just using the Real Techniques multitask brush, which is nice and fluffy, to put that over all the high points of the face. Forehead, cheekbones, and along my jawline. A little bit of highlighter now. This is the MAC Soft and Gentle Mineralized Skin Finish. It's an absolute classic. And again, I'm just using the Zoeva Luxe Highlight Brush to just lightly dust that along my cheekbones, and then just to reinforce the highlight on the brow bone. For blush, I'm using Revlon's Naughty Nude, which is a really beautiful, neutral, light peachy color. It's got a little bit of shimmer in it, so it's really pretty for spring, and I just think it's a lovely, flattering, everyday color. Finally, for the lips, I'm going to be using one of these new Bourjois Aqua Lac glosses. They're described as a liquid lipstick, but really they're more of a very highly pigmented, lightweight stain. So I just dab it over my lips and use my finger to work the color in. As you can see, this shade is a beautiful, uplifting kind of raspberry pink. It's a really lovely color, and the shade range is very pretty. There's a couple of other shades of pink and purple, and also some nude, so go check that out at Clicks. And that is the look. Thanks very much for watching. Make sure you subscribe, and we will see you soon. Bye bye.
Next, the star of the show. This bronzer. Look at it. Oh. I almost don't want to use it. It's so beautiful.